Today, Bristol City fans are celebrating the 40th anniversary of the Ashton Gate Eight. The Ashton Gate Eight were 8 men who back in 1982 selfishly tore up their contracts when Bristol City were in a deficit and about to go bust. But those 8 men tore up their contracts so Bristol City could live on. I'm honoured to now be joined by ex-Bristol City player and one of the Ashton Gate Eight, David Rodgers. David, Rodgers here at Ashton Gate today as Bristol City take on Middlesbrough. Obviously the City fans are celebrating what you and the other 7 lads did. So how does it feel to obviously be back here at Ashton Gate? Obviously yesterday you were at the High Performance Centre. It must be good to be back.
It is, yeah. It's interesting how everything has changed over the years, which of course it has to do to stay up with modern trends, should we say. A lot of memories come in here, but of course we knew it as a ground completely different to this. You know, when there was only that stand there, the Dolman, is it the Dolman stand still, and this one here, but which wasn't the Lansdowne, and either end were open ends, and so to see it now almost all boxed in, fantastic. Training centre unbelievable considering where we used to train, which could have been anything from Ashton Park to Ashton Court to the Sweb ground out at Whitchurch, which probably is no longer there. It's probably just a building, estate now. So yeah, well, I think we're all looking forward to seeing what sort of reception it will be. The effort put in by the organisers of this event for us cannot be underestimated. They've done a fantastic job, looked after us very well, and to have family coming as well today to have lunch with us and see us walk on the pitch, as long as it's not hammering down with rain, will be good for them as well. Yeah,
and you made over 200 appearances for Bristol City. So what are some of your favourite memories in the City shirt?
Scoring on my debut against Leicester City when Peter Shilton was in goal for them, winning at Old Trafford when Kevin Mabber got a hat-trick, which to go and win as easily as we did, well, was quite unique. And then, I don't know, there were every game you played, you either looked at it at the end, thought, oh, well, that's run-of-the-mill and what have you. But obviously the major time was when we were in the then First Division, the current Premiership. And the games you played there, the matches, the stadium you played at and everything, there are probably too many to mention, because at the end of it all, when my dad used to play for City, in fact he's third leading all-time goal scorer, and I've always wanted to play football. So when you get that opportunity to play football, that's a highlight in itself. And you make the most of it. You get the rough with the smooth, and just carry on.
Yeah. And let's talk a little bit about the Ashton Gate Eight then. What do you remember from the days leading up to I think it was the 3rd of February 1982, and then obviously whose idea was it to rip up your contract so that we could all be here today and I could be standing here talking to you today?
Well, we didn't really have much of an opportunity to discuss it. I mean, even though there are people who think there was a lot of negotiations, the only negotiations were how it best to sort out for the players and the club. We had lots of meetings, but at the end we were sort of under so much pressure to do it, to tear up the contracts and then say, let them get on with it. And for a while afterwards, we all thought, have we actually made the right decision? And I'm not saying that still lingers, but it still has been a thought for a long time. But the fact that we did it, and then it starts off as a new club, new share issue, etc., and then you get the eventually Mr. Lansdowne coming in and developing the stadium and what have you, then to come out here and see this now, you think, yeah, it is all was well worth it.
Yeah, that was going to be the next question. Obviously, you had those thoughts, and now you've come back here. You've got a 27,000 capacity stadium. We're a solid team in the championship. It must feel good.
Yeah, I've been down a couple of times with brought my grandson down. I've come down more in the last 3 months with him twice than I have done in the last 25 years, and completely different atmosphere. Started to feel welcome by the club because of a new change of direction and an emphasis on not just us as the 8 players, but the former players from wherever they played in the 60s, 70s or whatever.
Yeah. And then finally today we're obviously taking on Middlesbrough here. Do you think Bristol City can make it the perfect day for you and get the 3 points?
Well, it would be the perfect day, but I think Middlesbrough are in a position where they will be up for it as well. Position they are in the league, and as as you well know, there's only one division to play in, and that's the Premier Division, and they're not going to just come in for the ride, as we used to say. Especially in this weather, like 200 miles down there, they'll have a following as well, won't they? They'll have a lot of people here. And so, it'd be great to see them win. I'm not predicting if you're going to ask me the score, I'm not predicting.
No. Well, let's hope the weather stays like this so you're able to walk out on the pitch. And from all the rest of the fans, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you.
Chicken. Now, legend has it that
Bristol City! So we could go on. I'm 40 years old. We're still going strong. We're Bristol City. The city's ours. start. In there. Get in. Great finish, bottom corner. Brilliant finish. Viva Semenyo! Running down the wing, there is sing, Viva Semenyo! Gets in. PYRO have scored. Well, a minute left to go.